In the peaceful village of Umoma, a beautiful and kind girl named Chidima becomes the envy of her friends, especially Chika, whose jealousy drives her to make a dangerous mistake. When their evil plan fails and truth comes to light, the elders of the land deliver a wise judgment that changes the village forever. This emotional African folktale reminds us that beauty without kindness is empty, and envy brings shame. Full of lessons, emotion, and authentic village life, this story will touch your heart and leave you wiser. Chidima was the kind of girl whose presence brought calm to the whole village. She was not only beautiful, but respectful to everyone, old or young. Every morning, she greeted elders with a cheerful smile, carrying her mother's water pot to the stream. Her laughter had a way of making people forget their worries. In Umuama, people often said, when God created Chidima, he smiled. Even though beauty was common in the village, Chidima's gentle nature made her stand out. The elders often blessed her openly, and the women loved to have her around. But among all those smiles, there were also eyes filled with envy. Chika, one of the village girls, had always wanted to be noticed the way Chidima was. She and her close friend Neka often talked about how people praised Chidima too much. "What does she even do that's special?" Chika said one afternoon as they pounded yam behind her mother's kitchen. "It's because of her face," Neka replied quietly. With time, their hearts grew bitter. They started ignoring Chidima's greetings and rolling their eyes whenever her name was mentioned. Chidima noticed but said nothing. She continued to treat them kindly, unaware of the plans forming in their minds. The annual New Yam festival arrived, and everyone dressed in their finest clothes. Chidima's mother had sewn her a simple but beautiful wrapper. When she came out, even the women gasped. "Ah, our daughter looks like the queen of Umuoma," one of them said. Chika stood in the crowd, pretending to smile, but her heart burned with jealousy. People were cheering for Chidima as she danced gracefully. That night, Chika's envy reached its peak. She swore she would make sure people stopped praising Chidima once and for all. The next week, Chika started spreading small lies. She told one girl that Chidima had insulted her. She told another that Chidima was pretending to be humble so people would like her. The lies began to spread around like harmattan fire. At first, people ignored the talk, but soon some began to wonder if what Chika said was true. Chidima noticed people were no longer as warm as before. Her mother told her to be patient, saying, "My daughter, the truth walks slowly, but it always arrives." One evening, Chidima sat with her mother outside their hut. The moon was bright and the air smelled of roasted corn. "Mama," she said softly, "why do people change when others speak lies?" Her mother smiled gently. "My child, in this world, not everyone will like you. But always do good. That's what makes you different." Chidima nodded slowly. Her mother's words gave her peace. She decided she would continue being kind no matter what others said. Deep down, she believed goodness would one day speak for her. Chika and Nneka met behind the old palm tree near the stream. They spoke in low tones, thinking no one could hear them. "We'll teach her a lesson," Chika said. "Let's scare her, so she'll stop showing off." Nneka hesitated, but followed her friend's lead. They planned to meet Chidima at the stream the next evening, pretending they wanted to help her fetch water. But what they didn't know was that someone had overheard them. A young boy named Obinna had gone to fetch firewood near the stream when he heard their conversation. He was shocked at what he heard and ran home quickly. That night, he told his mother everything. She warned him to keep quiet until morning when they would report to the elders. By sunrise, Obinna's mother went to the elders' compound. The matter was serious. The elders sent 2 youths to secretly watch Chika and Nneka that day to confirm the story. That evening, as planned, Chidima went to fetch water. Chika and Nneka joined her with forced smiles. Chidima, let's go together, Chika said. The elders' messengers followed quietly behind, hiding behind the tall bushes. At the stream, Chika's tone changed. So you think you are better than everyone? She said harshly. Chidima stepped back in confusion. What have I done to you? She asked softly. Before anything worse could happen, the two young men appeared from behind the bushes and stopped them. The plan was over before it began. That night, the village bell rang. Everyone gathered in the square. The chief elder, Paokori, sat in the center with the other elders by his side. We have called this meeting because of a serious matter, he began. Chika and Enneka stood trembling as the truth was told. Obina's mother spoke and the youths confirmed what they saw. Chika tried to deny it, but everyone already knew. The crowd murmured angrily. The elders called for silence to make their judgment. Paokori stood up slowly, his walking stick tapping the ground. Umuoma is a land of peace, he said firmly. We cannot allow envy to destroy our children. The crowd nodded in agreement. After much discussion, the elders decided that Chika and Enneka must leave the village for a time to learn their lesson. Chidima begged the elders to forgive them, but they insisted that discipline was necessary. Her compassion touched everyone's heart. The next morning, Chika and Enneka packed their things quietly. Some villagers watched from afar. Chidima approached them gently. I forgive you, she said. May you find peace where you go. Chika looked down in shame. For the first time she realized how wrong she had been. As they walked away, the sun rose high above Umuoma. The air felt lighter, as if the land itself was happy again. After their departure, peace returned to Umuoma. People became closer and Chidima was once again welcomed with smiles. The elders praised her for her patience and calm spirit. Children began greeting her as Auntie Chidima. Even those who once believed Chika's lies now came to apologize. Chidima forgave them all, saying, Let the past rest. A few months later, Paokori gathered the young girls in the village and told them the story of Chidima and Chika. Jealousy is like fire, it burns the one who carries it. The young girls nodded, learning that true beauty is not in the face but in the heart. From that day, parents used the story to teach their children about kindness and patience. Umuoma became known as a peaceful village. Visitors often spoke of Chidima's goodness and how the elders handled the matter with wisdom. The bond among the villagers grew stronger. Even Chidima's mother often smiled, saying, When you have a good name, you have everything. And truly, Chidima's good name opened doors for her wherever she went. Years later, people still told the story of the girl from Umuoma whose beauty brought envy but whose goodness brought peace. Children listened wide-eyed by the fire as elders repeated, Do not envy your sister. Every flower blooms in its own time. And so, Chitima's story lived on, not as a tale of beauty, but as a lesson of character, patience and forgiveness that would never fade from the hearts of Umuoma. Amei.